Okay, our first big news story of the day is DRM potentially being added to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games which have been recently purchased from the PlayStation Store. Now, we will explain this in case you're wondering what it's all about and why this might, be an issue. Why should you care? But they break it down well here on Push Square, and this blew up over the weekend here. I even had some of you commenting on some of my videos asking, here, where's your video on this? What's happening about this? So thank you for, bringing this to my attention. And basically what it is some newly purchased PS4 games. This has been confirmed for PS4 games. PS5 is still a bit of a grey area. Not sure if that has been confirmed yet. And you basically get a validity period where you can play the games for 30 days when you're offline. And every 30 days, you need to check in with your PlayStation 4 connected to the internet to basically do a handshake to say, yep, it's all good. I'm still allowed to play these games, which is not a good thing. And you might think, well, why is that? Well, because say you've got a whole digital library downloaded and they have this 30-day time lock on it, and you're offline after 30 days, they become locked and you cannot play them. You need to go back online to check in, as it were, and then Sony's servers say, yep, you've still got a license. You can then play it. What? Why is this being added in retrospectively? It is not good. I think this is to do with people, hacking their PlayStations and stuff like that. They're maybe trying to sort and maybe kind of eliminate a lot of game sharing tweaks that people are doing. But there's this tweet here. It says, hugely terrible DRM has now been rolled out to all PS4 and PS5 digital games. Every digital game you now buy requires an online check-in every 30 days. If you buy a digital game and don't connect your console to the internet for 30 days, your license will be removed. And there's actually an image here of it as well, which shows you the remaining time, which is this kind of countdown timer time lock, which seems to just have been added to these games, which is bizarre. So people were wondering when this first popped up in March that once the 30-day timer expires, what happens? Does it just automatically renew? And they were kind of saying, oh, well, I need to wait for the 30 days to see what happens. But somebody on X, Destruction Games, went and removed the CMOS battery. So it's like a little watch battery that's in your PlayStation, which keeps the internal clock going. They basically removed that, and this would show what would happen if the battery in your PlayStation died or you removed it. And basically it resets the clock back to the 1970s or 80s or something like that. And basically all these games were locked. These new ones, you could not get access to them. So this is a really bizarre thing. People are saying it could be a bug. And we've got here a tweet from Does It Play saying, received word from an anonymous insider. The Sony DRM issue is unintentional. From what we gathered, Sony accidentally broke something while fixing an exploit. They've known about the confusing UI for a while, but didn't see it as urgent, hoping for a clarifying statement now. Unintentional? I don't know. Sounds more like testing the waters to me, unfortunately. Hope it's not true. Push Square have said our view on this is that it's very likely an error. While we understand cynicism and concern around this, the reporting is far too inconsistent for this to be working as intended. As we've outlined in this article, some are saying error and others aren't. It only appears to be occurring with newly purchased software, specifically on the PS4. Again, as well, this might be rolling out, gradually across various regions or various users. So that doesn't give me total peace of mind. They do say we'll be the first to criticise the platform holder if this does turn out to be a new type of DRM. But with no communication from the company and a lot of misinformation flooding social media, I know, social media, geez, it's just full of garbage these days, isn't it? We'd urge everyone to stay calm until more details emerge. In the meantime, we'll contact Sony for comment and update if we hear back. Now, this was at the weekend they posted this, I'll try and get the original date. So that was on, I don't know when that was originally posted, but there's an update. They've updated it today, which is Monday the 27th. And they said it's early Monday afternoon as we update this article, and we're still waiting for comment from Sony on the PS5 and PS4 alleged DRM issue. So that's not good. Still no word from Sony on what is actually going on here. We outlined all the problems earlier this weekend, and the story has barely moved since. We have contacted Sony for comment, and we've yet to receive word back. But a new video from Modded Warfare does provide a pretty good summary of the problem. As noted previously, the issue only appears to affect newly purchased PS4 software from now. There's still uncertainty around whether PS5 is impacted as well. This is annoying because today I've just bought that Street Fighter 4, which I was talking about at the start of the video. I literally just bought that before recording. So hopefully that is not impacted. But this video from Modded Warfare, go and check out his channel. It's a really good video, explains it really well. He shows in the video, newly purchased software requires a PSN handshake every 30 days in order to be verified. When he takes the CMOS battery out of his console, those games get locked and are no longer playable. So this is the fear. This is a nightmare. So this is like if you have a fully digital library, like think about in the future when servers go down or Sony decides to stop offering, PS4 servers or whatever. It's not good. Literally, you can't play these games. I know I'm like a broken record here. Physical games is always my first choice, people. Digitals are nice to have and a nice backup, or you get a really good deal or whatever, or it's maybe some small indie games which don't have physical versions available, but always pick physical when you can, please, people. Trust me, it just keeps you safer. The timer does restart if you connect your console to the internet, but this obviously raises huge preservation concerns. Should Sony ever take its servers offline in the future? Exactly. Just big time. And you can't even restore the licenses when I was watching the video, because when you are offline, you can't restore licenses, because to restore the licenses, you need to be online. So if people are saying, oh, just restore the licenses, you can't do that when you are actually offline. So this is definitely a problem which needs resolved. It's still unclear whether this is an unintended bug or a new form of DRM. And we're not going to know for certain until the platform holder comments. We'll continue to push the company for a statement and we'll update when we get word back. So this is concerning. If this is legit and this is what they're doing, and it's just, to stop people jailbreaking PS4s or doing, workarounds for unlimited game share, it feels like a sledgehammer to crack a nut, everybody's getting punished. I don't have any jailbroken PlayStation hardware and my PS4 isn't. So you get impacted by this as well? It just kind of sucks. I don't like it. I hope it's not true. I'll be calling them out as well if it's true, because this is just not a consumer-friendly decision by Sony. And it's funny when you think back to when PS4 was battling against Xbox One and Xbox One came out and it had all this online DRM all the time stuff. The games had to constantly check in for you to play them. Sony came out with the slam dunk of all videos or advertisements for the PlayStation 4, which was the two PlayStation executives saying, this is how you share a game on PlayStation. And they literally had the game, turned over and handed it to the other guy and they went, done. And now they're doing that. It's come on, Sony, do better. No, thank you. Let me know, people, what you think about this in the comments. Do you think this is an accident, a mistake? Do you think Sony is testing the waters and this is something they're looking to be rolling out? Or do you think something else? I'd love to know your opinion. So sound off in the comments and we'll have a chat about this.